How did the concept of time and the clock originate? This is a comprehensive and fascinating question that requires focusing on both the philosophical and scientific foundations of the concept of time and the historical development of clocks. The emergence of the concept of time is closely linked to humanity's observation of regular changes in nature. Fundamental observations: humans noticed the harmonious movements of celestial bodies, such as the rising and setting of the sun, the movements of the moon, and the regular cycle of the seasons. These observations led to the need to define the day-night cycle, months, and years. Cyclical perception: in early civilizations, time was generally perceived as a sequence of repeating events, a cyclical phenomenon. Philosophical ideas: philosophers like Aristotle defined time as the product of motion and change. Isaac Newton argued that time was an independent, absolute dimension, while Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz viewed time only as the temporal relationships between events. Albert Einstein's theory of relativity revealed that time is not absolute but relative, and its flow can change depending on the observer, speed, or gravity. In short, the concept of time evolved through the effort to understand and measure the order of nature, deepening through philosophical and scientific debates into its current understanding. How did the clock originate, invented? The need to measure time led to the invention of primitive clocks, a process that spanned thousands of years. 1. Early clocks, around 4000 BC. Ancient civilizations. Sundial, first used in Egypt around 4000 BC. Time was calculated by the length and position of the shadow cast by a vertical object, gnomon, which changed based on the sun's movement across the sky. However, it could not be used at night or on cloudy days. Water clock, clepsydra, and hourglass, developed by the ancient Egyptians and other civilizations to compensate for the sundial's limitations. In the water clock, the passage of time was measured by the flow of water from one container to another, and in the hourglass, by the flow of sand. 2. The birth of mechanical clocks. Pendulum clock, the first pendulum clock, developed by Christian Huygens in 1656, allowed for much more accurate time measurement. Spring-driven clocks. In 1524, German locksmith Peter Henlein produced the first known spring-driven clock, using a mainspring. This revolutionized timekeeping by making clocks portable. Advanced mechanisms. In later years, mechanisms like the balance wheel and springs made clocks more precise, eventually leading to pocket watches and wristwatches. 3. Modern clocks. Quartz clocks. Invented in 1927, battery-powered quartz clocks provided more precise and affordable timekeeping. Atomic clocks. These are the most accurate modern time-measuring instruments. They work based on the vibrations of atoms like cesium-133 and define the second with high accuracy. This development is the result of humanity's desire not only to perceive time but also to control it with ever-increasing precision.